This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, hi friends, welcome back. It has been quite a while. I haven't posted anything for you. So today I have a small topic for you that is Glide Ajax. So first of all, let me share my screen. I'll show you an example. Yes, I have shared my screen. Let me close the unwanted tabs. Yes. So I hope you all can see my screen now. So Glide Ajax. Whenever we want to give a call to server-side script from client-side script, we use Glide Ajax. We have to create a script include that I showed you in the previous sessions. Script include, I'll show you again how to create it. We will create it, we will save it. In the client script, we will use its reference. We will call the script include, and then we will use Glide Ajax. Imagine a use case. You can see this is the list layout of incident page. So if I open one of the incidents, I have clicked on it. It is loading. What does the short description contain? Test SLA P1 response is a short description. The use case is that as soon as I open the incident from the list layout, it should give a call to server side script and it should show me a pop-up saying the total number of incidents in the system having this description is so and so. It should check this short description with the short description of all the incidents present in the system, and it should show me a count in a dialog box. So in short, if I open an incident, it will first check what is the short description. It will compare the short description with the short description field of all the incidents present in the system, and it will bring me the count. Let's start. First of all, we have to create a script include. Okay, so I'll go here, script include. Script includes. Okay, I click on new. Now I have created a script include already. We are going to paste it over here. So this is the script include. Copy. I'll explain you each line. I'll paste it over here. It is client callable. Why? Because we are going to call it from a client script. I'll paste it over here. And here we go. The name of the script include is this pkj script include. Scroll up to the top, paste. This is the name. Accessible from any scope. Let it be like this. So any scope application can give a call to this. So now where does the function end? Over here. Okay, we are good. Let's submit this. That is, let us save this. Then I'll show you what does it do. Yes. How does it look? Let us see. This is the prototype. This is the prototype. And this is the function. This function will be called from a client script. And then from client script, we call this function script. We use glide ajax to pass the parameters like sysparam underscore short description. What is this? This is something that client script is going to pass, and we are going to access the parameter like this. This dot get parameter sysparam dot underscore short description. So whatever we pass from the client script, the same variable we can access using this dot get parameter. In short, what are we doing? This will print in the log. I am taking a temporary variable, initiate a glide reference. See, open a reference to incident table, add a qualification like short description is equal to whatever the client script has sent. Short description, this will be this. If I open an incident, right click, it is this. So this is equal to whatever the client script has sent. That value, match it, find out how many records are there that contain dot description, and then iterate a loop while rec.next. If there are 5 such incidents having same short description, then it will iterate 5 times. It will keep on incrementing the count variable, the counter, and at the end it will return the count. But where it will return the count? It will return the count to the client script. How? Let me show you. I will create a client script now. Client script. Click on new. Coming up. I will create it as onload because our use case is about opening an incident and displaying the count, right? So what name should I give? Let us give something like copy, Control C, pkj glide ajax. The table will be obviously incident. Select, okay, UI type, let it be desktop. Type should be, for our use case, onload, because as soon as we open the record, it goes to the outside. See how the flow is. As soon as I open the incident record, the client script, onload client script will be called. Inside this, we have written a code. What is that code? Control A, Control V. This is the code. This code will give a call to our script include. Script include will come here. Script include is here. It will process. It will take the inputs passed by the client script. It will return the result. Once we return the result, we'll be back to the client script. How we will fetch the result? Using answer variable. So now, line by line, let's try to study this. I will save this client script and then I will show you how does it work. Cool. So now from scratch, this is my client script. As soon as I open any incident record, this is going to trigger on load. First line, where GA equal to glide ajax global dot pkj script include. If you say this, This is the script include. Our script include this. All right. This I have copied, pasted in the client script whole so that the client script can identify global scopes this script include. Okay, open a reference to the script include. ga.addParam. Pass sysparam underscore name will always be the function name. In this line, we specify this is the keyword. Sysparam underscore name is a reserved keyword. We specify the function that is to be called. Function present in the script include that we want to call will be present, will be specified over here. Using sysparam underscore name, we specify what function of the script include we need to call. So first we specify what script include we need to invoke, what function inside the script include we need to invoke. Now, while invoking the function, what parameters do we need to pass? Sysparam underscore short description. This is a user defined variable. This can be sysparam underscore Pankaj, sysparam underscore Amit, anything. V1, V2, V3, user defined name. Like this is a reserved keyword. This is not a reserved keyword. There can be a number of such user defined variables. I'm telling the line that pass this parameter and its value is g underscore form dot get value dot description. That is the currently open records short description pass in this variable. So for this script include call get incident function, pass sysparam underscore short description to it. What value it will contain? G underscore form dot get value short description. The currently open record short description will be passed in this variable, and then finally we execute the function get incident. How? Using this line. But then what is this? We call this as a callback function. If you see immediately below, the implementation of this function, callback function, lies here. As soon as this line executes, it goes to the script include over here. It fetches value sysparam underscore short description. Whatever the client script has passed, fetch it using get parameter. This variable name, see, they should match. Sysparam short description, pass this value, fetch this value in script include using get parameter. So the short description ABC, whatever it is, will be matched to this. And this is how it will filter out all the incidents present in the system that have similar short description or same short description. And then it will query it. It will return the count, and the count will be written over here. When we say, see, this is the response object. Response we get from script include, and this function is the callback function. Where answer equal to response dot, this is the line syntax you have to follow. And this is a keyword, answer variable, interview question. Answer variable will get us the response from the server side script. Once we write answer, it will give us whatever we have written from here, count. So if it is 5, so it will give us 5, it will store 5 over here. So did you see This is client-side function. When this line executed, it went to the script include and it got us the response in the response object. The whatever the answer is, the result is. That's the reason we do. We parse the response like this dot response XML and we specify this reserved attribute called answer and whatever the script include has written will be stored over here, the digit, and then I will show the answer over here. To- Total number of incidents with same short description is answer. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be 0. Correct. So jump to server side, take the result, come back to client side and show the result. Correct. And our scenario, it is on load. It can be on change, anything. On change, you have to give a call to the server side to check if certain thing exists in the system or not. It will return true, false, or as a result or anything. Correct. Now let's try to execute this so that you understand it more. This is active. Mine is a client script. Did we save it? Let us save it again. Yeah. Now we will go to incidents. I want to see all the open incidents. That's why I clicked on this. Now let us see. If I click on this incident, it will load the record. And if you see the short description, how many, if I select this, how many incidents are present in the system that have exactly the same short description? See the one below it. So if I do like this, so if I check it manually, it shows 2. That means if I open this, it should show me 2. It will show me an alert box. See, total number of incidents with same description is null. There is some problem over here. Why did it show null? Let us check. Count demo script include. Yes, if you see here, as I copied the code, I forgot to Control C. Replace the name over here. Control V. Yes, this was the prototype. Let us save it. And now I'll go back to the incident. Let's see if it gives us the correct value. I can open this or any incident. It's not like that. See, it is 2. Total number of incidents with same description. What description? Test SLA P1 response. There are 2 such incidents having exactly the same short description. Correct? Sometimes in the organization, you will have to implement this because if I work as a support staff, okay, if I create an incident and I specify the short description. So whenever I open any incident, may have to look, I may have to find how many such incidents have been raised in the system that have